Are you looking for a podcast about meat milk?
Dan, you must be thinking of another podcast. Ew! Good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
How are you?
I'm here on Earth. How are you?
I'm also here. I was like a little pumped, getting tired now.
Oh, yeah. It's late in the evening.
I've been watching some animals for a friend, and their schedule's very different than mine.
Oh, the animals?
Like, they are like early risers, early to bedders. You know, so it's like I've kind of had to shift my stuff to kind of align.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, yeah, it's about time for bed. So, starting to feel that now.
It's not bedtime, it's podcast time.
I know. So what's going on?
Jeff Bezos went to space, unfortunately.
Sure he did. Okay, did he like go to space, or did he just go really high?
He just, I'm unclear on it, honestly. I think he just went really high. I mean, this is old news by this point. I keep thinking about it, and it just makes me mad the more I think about it.
Well, you know what would make you less mad?
What?
Like, the day after he did that,
Mm-hmm.
The FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, said, we're not going to allow him to claim the word astronaut. So they changed the definition of an astronaut so that he does not fit it now.
Good. Fucking good.
So the official definition now is, to be considered an astronaut, you have to have done something that aided in the flight of the mission. Like, you can't just sit in the space shuttle, go really high into space, and come down, and everybody else did the work.
You had to press a button. You
Yeah,
had to do something while you were up there.
Because it's like an automated ship that he did, right?
Really? Like a fully automated?
Yeah, like nobody did anything. They just went like, yep, we're sitting here, and the rocket did everything.
God damn. Okay.
I mean, that's really cool.
Sure.
But, yeah, like, he didn't do anything. He sat in a chair and went really high.
It's like self-driving cars, but for space.
Yeah, I mean, he basically went on, like, a really tall Superman ride, you know? That's it.
Okay.
Like, he didn't do anything, you know?
Yeah.
So they were like, no, you have to, and it says here, passengers have to have demonstrated activities during flight that were essential to public safety or contributed to human space flight safety or something.
Yeah, there we go. Fucking Bezos.
So I don't even think pressing a button would do it now. Like, you have
gotta
to be
do
part
something.
of it.
You gotta do something that betters humanity while you're up there.
Yeah.
Big prick. Speaking of big prick, holy shit! Did you see the rocket?
I did, because all I saw were the memes from Austin Powers.
My God, like it's almost like it had to be intentional, because the rocket is shaped like a big penis, just like in Austin Powers, and then the picture of the crew, which I thought was just like a picture of Jeff Bezos photoshopped next to another picture of Jeff Bezos.
I know.
And like his son and his mom or something. But the more I look at this picture, I think I know which one is Jeff Bezos, and then I'm like, but is it the other one?
Because it's the like, middle guy.
Yeah, but
okay.
In my brain.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like the first few times I saw it, I was like, which one's Jeff Bezos though? Which one is it? Because there's Bezos, and then you have Bezos with like better eyebrows and better teeth.
Yeah.
But I've been like looking into who these people on the actual spaceflight were, because I don't give a shit about Jeff Bezos or his brother. Honestly, I don't know what his brother does, but knowing that they're related so closely by blood makes my stomach turn. This old lady, do you know who she is?
No.
Okay, first of all, her name is Wally Funk, which is...
That's awesome.
The coolest name I've ever heard. Her name is Mary Wallace Funk. She goes by Wally. And she was actually the first female air safety investigator for, like, the National Safety Board or something. She was the first female civilian flight instructor, first female Federal Aviation Agency inspector. She was on Mercury 13. She's like an accomplished astronaut. And now she can claim the title as oldest person in space.
Nice.
I know. I'm super happy for her. And there was a whole thing because she, like, early on in her career, at like 20 years old, she was going to go to space. And they were like, oh, actually, you can't do that last minute. So,
okay.
Like, this is, I think was her first time in space. I'm not 100% certain.
That's so dope.
I know. I'm very, very happy for her. And then this, like, literal child that also went into space was the youngest person ever in space. He's only 18, fresh-faced little baby.
Shit, okay.
I find it fascinating that both the youngest person in space and the oldest person in space were on the same flight.
Yeah.
But he's nobody special. He's just a millionaire's son who, like, paid to be on the flight.
Cool.
Yep, so...
Daddy, I want to go to space.
Yeah, it sounds very like Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
I have no idea who this kid is.
Me either. But
I don't care to know. All I know is that Wally Funk is one of the greatest human beings on Earth, and I'm proud of her.
I know. Can I crack into this?
Yeah, let's crack into this.
Oh my god, let's do this. Oh,
Yes. Crispy.
No spirit bombs here. Dr. Peppers.
No spirit bombs?
No. Like I said, I was watching someone's house, and I was like, yo, well, you know what? A movie came out this weekend. I was like, we should go. So me and Taylor went to a movie.
What movie?
We went and saw Old.
The new M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie.
Shyamalan Ding Dong. It was good.
Good?
It's one of my favorite movies I've seen in a long time.
Wow, that's a big statement. So
it's a really good movie.
Like, I'm struggling to remember the last M. Night movie that I saw. I think it might have been The Happening.
Mine was The Visit, where the kids go see their grandparents.
Oh, that one looks so weird.
It was really good. I actually really like that movie, too.
Really?
I did never see The Happening, because I heard such bad things.
I loved The Happening. It was so stupid.
Okay, so that's kind of what I'm learning. People kind of get mad at him because his movies come off a little cheesy.
Yeah, that one was
sometimes full cheesy.
Yeah, that one was full, like, ultimate cheese.
Okay. Old is cheesy.
Okay.
Like, there are moments of genuine, like, holy fuck, and then there's moments of, like, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
That's a big thing I've seen in the reviews. They're like, it can't pick a tone. And I'm like, whatever, get over yourself. I loved it, dude. Like, for real, I loved it. And I think everybody should see it.
The premise of the movie, like, just based on the trailer, is that, like, you go to the beach and you get old and you get stuck there.
Yes.
Okay. So the big thing about the trailer for me was that, like, there's a part in it where somebody holds up a piece of paper to the camera and it's got, like, a cipher on it.
Yeah.
And do they ever solve the cipher in the movie?
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing I did when I saw the trailer, I was like, somebody has got to have solved that cipher already, because I love ciphers. So I immediately just, instead of trying to solve it myself, I was like, someone's got to have figured it out, saved me the work. And I Googled it, and some dude on Twitter, like, broke down how he solved it just basically by brute force. And the cipher translated into something like, okay, here's spoilers for Old, if you don't want it.
Spoiler alert for Old. Let's see if this dude online broke the cipher. Let's see.
It said something about, like, my uncle doesn't like the coral.
Yes, that is exactly what it says.
Okay, so does the coral make you old?
No, not even close. So far from that.
All right.
It's like the opposite.
The coral makes you young again.
No, it doesn't. But
okay, well, like, fuck the coral.
But yeah, that is exactly what it says. Yes.
All right. I just had to know.
They don't solve it for like a day.
Oh my god! All right.
Because the kid that has it is 6 years old when he gets it, and shit happens from there.
And then the next day he's 604.
So okay, what do you think this movie's about?
So to me,
what do you think it is?
Like, what is it about in the plot, or like what is it trying to socially comment on?
What a twist! What's the twist?
Okay,
because everybody online claims they guessed it immediately, and I think you are such a fucking liar.
I mean, I would just guess that, like, you go to this beach and you get, like, crazy old, and then eventually when you figure out how to leave the beach, you're right back where you started from.
Nope.
Okay.
Do you want to see this movie?
I mean, Yeah, but I'm not going to make time for it, so...
Like, that's why I told you earlier that the trailers really don't tell you... They give you no clues that you could even start thinking about the twist.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's what it does, is, like, I did see Split. That one came out in 2016, and that's the last one that I saw.
No, yeah,
And
I did see Split, too. Love Split.
I hated Split.
I
loved it.
Split.
I loved it right up until the moment where it was like, oh no, he's actually a monster, and mental
That's
illness
what I
is
liked.
a monster. It was so bad.
It's not
I hated
mental
it.
illness is a monster. It's the
Yes,
fact
it
that
is.
no, he grew into the being that he said he was gonna be. He said, "There's somebody coming, and it's gonna fuck you up." And I was
I
like,
thought it was just a really...
"This is just mental illness talking," and he was coming up with it. But then he did. He became the thing.
But I didn't like it because it was like falsifying dissociative identity disorder in that way. Like, oh, people with DID are dangerous and they could snap at any moment and become some otherworldly creature, and we have to protect society against them.
That's not what I took. Well, I mean, it's a superhero movie, so it's not what I took from it.
It's a superhero movie?
Yeah, it's from the Unbreakable series, where Bruce Willis is a superhero. He's a villain.
Right, I forgot that it's like in that timeline.
Yeah, he's like a villain monster thing.
I thought it was
And that's
stupid.
That's what I liked, because at the end, I was like, oh, he's just gonna like think he's one, and then that's kind of where this movie ends, you know? Mm-hmm. But then when the monster showed up, he had the powers, and like he became this thing, and I was like, holy shit, what is this thing? That's what I find cool, you know?
Okay.
Like,
so
what? You know, I like the payoff. There was a payoff.
There was a payoff.
There was nothing left.
So what happens in Old?
So big time spoilers, people.
Okay.
I mean, like, this is the thing, and this is why it's good. You ready?
Yeah.
So the whole thing is they go to the beach. So okay, they go to this resort, and this guy at the resort's like, "Hey, I like you guys. So there's a special beach." And I don't tell most clients about it, but it's really nice, and I'll set up a van to take you there if you want.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't send just like one group. He sends like several different parties of people there. And so they're like, I guess it's not that exclusive, you know?
Okay.
It kind of just keeps going from there. You can't leave the beach. Every time people try to walk back the way they came, they black out and wind up back on the beach.
All right, so it's like a video game, what do you call it? Like the end of the level.
Kind of. There's people watching them from a cliffside, like across the way.
I do love the poster for Old, I'll tell you that.
So you're
It's
like, why are these people watching them? So I was like, it's like a Truman Show thing.
Okay.
Like, they're showing these people getting old, and like people are paying to watch it, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Nope. It's not even that.
All right.
Everybody that went to the beach is sick. They all have a disease of some sort.
Okay.
Okay. They're purging these people. They're like, we'll just, like, get rid of sick people faster, right?
They've got old disease.
Nope. It's not even that. Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready?
I don't think I am, but all right. Let's hear it.
Because you watch these people basically just get old and die on the beach, so you're pissed off for them because they were tricked into coming to this beach, and now they all just have to, like, sit here and die.
So when they get old and die, do they, like, respawn, or is it, like,
No,
you're dead?
they die.
Okay.
You age, a year every 30 minutes.
Okay, that's fucking fast.
You know, in the course of the one day, these kids' parents wind up becoming old and dying.
Yeah, you
know?
get 50 years older in the end of the day.
Yeah. And the kids that went there when they were 6, they're like 50 the next morning.
Okay.
So you're like, this is horribly sad. Like, I feel anger because these people are getting old and dying, and they were tricked here, and they can't leave. Like, there's nothing you can do to leave. You just get old and die here.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, that's fucked up. And at the end, the guy who's recording them packs up all his data. He does all the stuff. He goes back to this base, and it turns out when they arrive at the resort, they give everybody a drink. They're like, oh, here's the drinks you specified you wanted when you got here. These drinks have medicine in them.
Okay.
And they send them to the beach to basically speed up drug testing trials.
What the fuck?
So you can do a trial in a day instead of waiting 30 years for data. So there was a lady who had epilepsy, and she's on the beach for like 8 hours, and they're like, that's 16 years, and she didn't have another episode the whole time. This drug works, now we can ship it out to people, and
God.
epilepsy stopped.
Can you imagine, though, like, if it had side effects?
Well, that's the thing, though. They got to find out. But still, though, you can test drugs in a matter of hours instead of 20 years.
Okay.
And they just cured epilepsy in a day.
Well,
like with this drug, they like found out it works. So now they can say, human testing has been run, and it took them a day. So now, is it really that bad? Because they're speeding up being able to save millions of other people with this medicine.
sure. Yeah, I mean...
So now, who's good and who's bad, Because it's like, oh, well, I'm upset because these people died, but also, it's not like it's evil purposes,
Okay.
But to me, why don't you ask these people if they'd like to be part of that? Because there's people that, like, sign up for like, drug testing.
Right.
But you're also asking them to die in a day. Hey,
I think...
by tomorrow morning, you're old enough to die now. But you could save millions of people later.
I just don't think anybody would go for that.
Some people might, and that's why they're tricking them, So that's the twist, and it was dope. I thought that was interesting, because I was like, these people are just evil. Like, they're just recording these people for the fun of it.
Yeah.
And instead, they're making medicine.
I don't know, it sounds cheesy. I don't think I would like it.
It is cheesy. That's what his whole shtick is. I mean, even... okay, I See Dead People was not cheesy. But Signs, aliens allergic to water in a house that's only full of water.
Though.
It's still cheesy,
that.
though.
No, it's not cheesy. That's good
That's
right
pretty
there.
cheesy.
That's good writing.
Because I've watched it again, and I was like, yeah, this doesn't hit as hard as it did when I was, 7.
Oh, I think it holds up. I love Signs.
It's the ending that's not that great. Like, the whole movie is freaky as shit.
I love Signs so much.
I love Signs. It's good. But Old is good. And Old is, very creepy, though.
Yeah, the trailer was very creepy.
No, there's a lady who has, a calcium deficiency.
Ew.
And when she gets old...
I'm sure she just crumbles to dust like a nasty pillar.
It's bad.
Ugh.
So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. We go into this movie, and there's 2 different parties that brought 4 or 5-year-old kids in there.
Yeah.
I think Old is PG-13.
Oh, you're talking about couples that brought children into the movie.
Yeah, families brought in tiny children.
That's weird.
Okay. Well, people do that all the time.
Yeah, that drives me nuts.
But Old has people having epileptic seizures and stuff. And those aren't pretty to watch.
No.
Do you think at 4 years old, if you saw a lady foaming at the mouth, thrashing on the ground, that wouldn't fuck your brain up a little bit?
Yeah, that would stick with you.
Yeah, these kids saw that. There's even one kid that was screaming why is this happening to her? And he's legitimately worried for this lady that's on the screen.
Yeah, that kid's going to therapy.
Yeah, that kid's gonna be fucked up now.
Jesus.
And I was like, I mean, come on, people. You gotta do better.
Be better.
I don't know. I liked it, though. If you listen to it, sucks for you. We told you spoilers. You should have known better.
We warned you twice.
We warned a bunch of times. But I loved it, man. I thought it was good. But the things that I really like... I mean, I like the twist.
Yeah.
He does a bunch of things with the camera, and he plays with sound a lot in it.
Okay.
And you're like, why are you doing this? It's really weird. And it pays off. And you're like,
okay.
Oh... Now I get all those weird shots. I see what you were building up, because now that it doesn't work that way, you go, oh, fuck. All
right, so artistically the movie paid off for you.
100%. I thought it was great, because the acting is not good.
Oh, really?
It's cheesy. The movie is cheese. surrounded by, like, grade A crackers. How is that? It's cheese surrounded by good stuff. But it's cheesy at its heart, okay?
You know what I did watch today?
What did you watch?
I watched Bo Burnham's Inside.
Why?
I don't know. I decided that it was time.
Okay.
So I've
Did
been
you
just
enjoy
seeing-
yourself?
Well, here's the thing. I've just been seeing like so much stuff about it, and it's one of those things I want to be like part of the cultural zeitgeist around it. Like I want to see it in a time that it makes sense for me to see it, you know?
I don't
And
even think you need to have seen it to be part of it. You just gotta like the songs.
I just fucking lived it, man. That was a rough watch.
How did you feel at the end?
It's hard to say.
I wasn't sad. I just went, well, that sure wasn't funny.
I mean, like, it gets really dark in the middle of it, kind of like
Yeah?
8 or 9 months into the pandemic when we're all like, wow, we thought it'd be over by now, and it's just keeping on going, and it's still happening. I think as far as like pieces of media go, it is kind of like a cornerstone art piece that we can reference to and be like, this is what 2020 was like. Like, this is how it felt for everybody. I think that he was able to capture that, like,
100%.
essence of humanity and what it felt like to be stuck inside by yourself with your emotions all alone. And Jeffrey Bezos is out there just doing Jeffrey Bezos bullshit. And you're having to watch that on TV.
Jeffrey Bezos. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I watched it. It was really, really good, and I'm glad that I watched it, but man.
Would you watch it again?
I don't know.
I will never watch it again.
I might watch it like in a few years down the road when we're separated from this, because we're at a point right now where, like, when this episode comes out, we could still be in a different landscape of the pandemic because it's shifting every fucking day because the goddamn Delta variant is here wrecking people's bullshit.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you've said it before. He's like one of the few people that kind of will show that emotion.
Yeah.
Because I've told you, he's got a different stand-up that I hate watching the end of that one because it makes me sad.
Make happy?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when he's singing about how, like, part of me loves you, part of me hates you, talking to the crowd, and it's just very real, like, intimate emotions about being the person that's on the stage, you know?
Yeah, and he took off after that. Like,
Yeah.
when he finished that, he was like, I'm not doing stand-up anymore. And for 5 years, he didn't do stand-up.
Yeah.
And it was so rough to watch in the actual show in Inside when he was like, at the beginning of 2020, I was like, hey, why not try stand-up again? And then, like, you know,
The world said nope.
2020 happened. And I just feel like that kind of happened for everybody on some scale, you know? Like, 2020 was going to be the year. It was going to be something. And then, like, everybody had their own personal version of heartbreak. So,
yeah.
oof.
Speaking of heartbreak, that's what I was going to say about Old.
Okay.
That movie did scare me.
Really? Like internally scared you?
Existential scare.
Ooh.
Because you're watching these people get old, and the way that he shows people, like, just slowly aging, I was like, this is what's going to happen, like, to me one day.
Yeah, dude. I don't like the concept of aging.
Like, one day some of these things will happen, and that's the problem. I can't do anything about it. I will get old. And
I know.
Like, really made me think existentially about it for a bit.
Yep.
Like, during the movie. And I was like, nope, I want to know what's happening in the movie! And I, like, had to, like, focus on the movie again.
Going into a dark hole mentally, but still just in this movie theater physically.
Yeah, it's kind of like how the whole Inside was. Like, you're going down a hole, and it's like, no, I gotta see what's gonna happen, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, the songs in Inside, man, they're really, really good and quite poignant for being, you know, comedy songs.
I really like one song.
I have one that was one of my favorites. I want to hear what yours is.
Oh, mine's I Feel Like Shit.
Okay, yeah.
that song is my life right now.
That's a good song.
I love that song. It's 100% true words.
Yeah. My favorite was the one where he was talking about turning 30. He's like, all my stupid friends are having stupid children, stupid, ugly children.
Yeah.
Not that I feel that my friends' children are stupid or ugly, but like, you just get to a point and you're like, everybody's having babies. Everybody, all of them.
I did like how he filmed that like in real time with the clock to when he actually turned 30.
Yeah, that was cool.
I really thought that was neat. It's like really good planning, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he had nothing to do but write that special, so.
Technically, and then just as a Marvel, like, it's a really amazing piece of work.
It really is.
Like, it really is. It just, when you know him as a comedian, and then you go to watch his new stand-up comedy, and you leave depressed and want to die, you'll wonder what happened, you know?
Yeah. Man, the part that fucked me up the most is when he's like, he jokes about like killing himself when he hits 40, and then the next scene is him just talking about like, I'm just joking, I'm not going to actually kill myself. I want everybody out there to know that if you're thinking about killing yourself, you shouldn't do it because somebody loves you. And then like it zooms out and it's just like playing on his shirt, and it's like several months into the future when he looks, he doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was a hard watch, but I'm glad I watched it.
Glad you did. I guess I'm glad you did that. Here, I'm glad you're part of the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also on the line of, pandemic things, in my brand new hobby that I don't think I've talked about for the last couple of shows, I talked about getting into dice making.
Yes.
And now I have made 2 sets of dice.
I've seen them.
And I'm very happy with them.
I'm actually really pissed off because Taylor was showing me some, and I thought you made the boba dice that were in the Discord, and I was like, those are dope! And she goes, Kelsey didn't make those, and I was like, oh.
Maybe I will one day.
I just thought you went hard on the first pair of dice. I was like, damn!
Yeah,
I love your dice, though. The green ones are my favorite.
Yes, I'm going to paint those with gold ink, and they're going to be so shiny and so pretty.
I love the green ones.
I'm very happy with this hobby, and I'm going to continue to make dice until I run out of resin, and then I will buy more resin, and I'll make
My
more
only
dice.
question is, have you rolled them, and do they seem to roll normal? What keeps dice from being too heavy on a side accidentally that they're not, loaded on their own? Like, what makes them, perfectly rollable? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I've researched into this, and one of the things about the dice community online is just there's no way to ensure that your dice are going to be balanced if you're making dice with stuff in them or out of different kinds of resin, because there's a lot where you mix a couple different kinds of resin together and create some patterns and stuff, or you put.
That was my question, because the green ones have paper in them.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, that's weight. I was like, so how does that work? And I was just wondering if you knew.
It's just so negligible. I think that it'll, the weight of the dice might vary by 0.1 micron or whatever, but
I mean, it's not like you can drop them from any height and it's just always on one side.
Yeah, no, okay. They're pretty variable. They roll like dice roll, so.
Okay, cool. I just didn't know how much science had to go into balancing them, and if you had to do something like that for them,
I have looked into, if you have dice that are significantly, if you're putting miniature figures in dice or something and you want to make sure it's still balanced, there's ways to check, but for the most part, people are just make dice that look pretty.
Just make dice. That's funny.
Yep.
Well, I'm proud of you, because I think they look fucking awesome.
Thank you. I'll be posting some on the Instagram for everyone to have a peek at.
Good. Speaking of zeitgeist, going back a little bit, I'm trying to be in the anime zeitgeist.
Okay.
Like I said, it's been a week of me watching somebody's house. I'm going to be talking about how I was watching someone's house nonstop.
Yeah.
It was my whole last week.
It really was.
I was trying to find things to watch, and I couldn't really find anything, and the one app that I went to, it was like, we have a full season of this, and I was like, hey, it's that show. So I started watching Cowboy Bebop. Have you heard of that before?
Yeah, for sure. That's
everybody's heard of it.
Yeah, everybody's heard of Cowboy Bebop. I've heard the music from this show, and the music slaps. I think it's fantastic.
Okay. Cowboy Bebop is what I would call anime royalty.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because if you know anime, you know what it is. and you should have seen it. And they say that if you don't like anime, this is the one that you could watch that would, like, introduce you, like, nice and smoothly.
Okay.
I find that so false.
Oh, really?
It's a boring show.
Oh, no.
It's really fucking boring, dude.
Well, shit.
But I like it. Like, okay, the first episode was, like, real good, and you're like, oh, fuck, this is a good show, right?
Yeah.
Second one, it's, like, pretty good. And then it kind of just hit a wall.
Okay.
And it's been, like, 8 shows since then, and I feel like not much has happened.
Well, shit.
You know?
Are they long shows?
They're only 20 minutes. They're just normal shows.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of periods of not talking and just, like, showing sequences.
Like fight sequences, or?
No, just imagery.
Okay.
It's a very artistic show. And I think that's what people like about it. Like, it is an art show, for sure.
All right.
But sometimes art can just feel like it's sucking the time out of your life. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Because there's some of those shows that I'm like, I've watched them like 3 times because I'm like, did I even really comprehend what happened? I'm like, yep, I watched it all. Okay. And like, I couldn't really remember what even happened.
Wow.
You know? I mean, I know that by the ending, it's one of the greatest shows ever, so I'm like, okay, you know, I'm going through the slump, and it's gonna get great.
Yeah,
right?
like season 3 of The Good Place, you know?
Yeah, like, I know it's good.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be the status it is and be bad. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
You know? But the first episode, like, I'm just gonna give you the first episode quick synopsis, right?
Okay.
And you're gonna be like, that show is dope. So he's a bounty hunter. That's the whole premise of the show.
Yeah.
And he sucks at bounty hunting.
Oh, okay.
I'm 14 shows in, and he's never earned money.
Well, shit.
He's so bad at it. And it's usually not his fault, though. So, he just has bad luck. The first episode was really good, man. Like, it was dark. He is chasing this one bounty, and the guy has this drug that you spray into your eye. It's called red eye, right?
Okay.
And it basically makes you hyper aware, and you can like dodge bullets and all this stuff. So that's how he keeps evading capture, because he just has a bunch of this drug, and then he uses it, and then can get away, right?
Nice.
So he's looking to sell it all, and him and his girlfriend are going to move to Mars. So this is like a space show, like they're in spaceships all the time and stuff.
Okay, so we're in the future. We have space travel.
Yeah, so it's not like confined to Earth. They go to Mars, Venus, Jupiter, like they go all over the solar system, right?
Did they meet the sailors?
No. So they're gonna go live on Mars because Mars is like the posh, rich planet, right? Like that's where you go and be wealthy. Right?
Okay.
And so she's like, yeah, we're gonna go there one day, and she's pregnant. She's got this pregnant belly, right?
All right.
Well, later there's a shootout, and a bullet grazes her belly, and I was like, oh fuck! No. She's not pregnant. They're pretending she's pregnant. That's where she's hiding all the drugs.
What?
And the dude gets pissed at her and, like, rips her a new one, and she starts to see that, like, maybe she doesn't matter like she thinks she does to him.
Okay.
And they're running away, and they're doing all this stuff, and they wind up in, like, a Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing. Like, there's tons of cops, and they're, like, facing this, like, armada of people, right? Yeah. And so the Cowboy Bebop guy, Spike, he's, like, chasing behind them. And the girl's in the cockpit with her boyfriend. He's all hopped up on the red-eye stuff. And she just kind of goes, we're not going to make it to Mars, are we? And Spike's pulling up in his ship, and he hears a bang, pulls up next to him. And she has shot the boyfriend in the head, killed him. And she just kind of, like, salutes to him and goes, see you around, cowboy. And those police people just shoot that ship to shit.
Oh, my God.
So he doesn't get the bounty, and that was the end of the first show. And I was like, this show's good.
Yeah, I like that. That's the first show?
That's the first show.
Christ.
Almost none of them are that good again.
Oh.
Like, they don't even come close.
Damn.
Because then we get, like, your standard weird anime ones, where in one of them, it's a message about not leaving stuff in the fridge.
Okay.
Because something in the fridge, there's, like, food that he put in the fridge a year ago that came to life, and it's biting everybody on the ship. And,
isn't that an episode of Rocko's Modern Life?
Probably. And it actually, it wouldn't have gotten it from this show because I didn't know the show was as new as it was.
I thought it was like a 90s anime.
It is. But from when?
Like early 90s.
It's from 98.
Wow.
This is like an almost year 2000 show.
I mean, that's still like 20 years ago.
Put that in your mind. Yep, I thought it was 80s though.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's drawn
like late
pretty
80s, early 90s, right?
Yeah.
Like old anime. It's from like 2000.
I have to look at images from this. What is it called? I'm just typing Space Cowboy. That's not right.
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
It looks like an 80s anime to me.
Yeah. It's so stylistic, though. I do love the art style of this.
That's what I'm saying. It's an artsy show.
I like this Doki. He's cute.
It is a classic. I mean, it is a classy show. But halfway through it so far, because I'm on like episode 15 of 26,
Yeah.
I think it's okay. Like, I think
Alright.
it's just okay.
Just okay.
But I know it's going to get good, so I'm going to be finishing it, hopefully soon, and then I can report back. But as of now, I'm not that impressed.
Dude, I just love the opening theme song for this movie, for this show, though.
It makes me think of the movie Whiplash. Like, that sounds like
Yeah.
a song that they could play there. You know?
Man, it's so good.
I have been humming that song, like, nonstop.
I'm just watching it right now. It's the animation with all the guns, it's very cool.
really good. But the show's kind of boring, dude.
Yeah.
It's just kind of boring.
Well, that's a shame.
I've fallen asleep watching it like 3 times.
Dang, yeah, that's a sign that's not for you.
I know, but like I know it's good. Because one of my favorite movies of all time, I've talked about it on here before, was Metropolis from like 1920. It's a completely silent film. I fell asleep watching it like 4 times. And when I finally made it through the whole thing, it's one of my favorite movies. You know? Like, you just gotta get through to when it hits its big stride, you know?
Yeah.
I know this movie, I know the show's good. I'm gonna watch it.
Watch it, damn it.
So, then a quick note on that. There's a movie as well. I was like, well, I guess I should watch the movie.
New, right?
It's from like 2001.
Isn't there like a recent one, though?
I don't think so.
I feel like they just made a Cowboy Bebop movie.
I was looking up the movie again, and I was like, you know what? I owned that movie once. I had it on Blu-ray, right?
Yeah.
Because I knew what Cowboy Bebop was. So I was like, I should get this. Yeah, it just says 2001.
What's the one where, like, the guy has, like, a big pompadour? Anime pompadour.
The only thing I know is Space Dandy.
Pompadour movie.
Pompadour movie.
Shit, what's this guy's name? He's got, like, sunglasses and a pompadour.
Dude, I don't know.
Fuck.
Do you have a picture of him?
Let me grab this for you. What's this guy's name?
Because this is the only thing that I know, and that's old Space Dandy, which me and Taylor still want to watch at some point.
That might be him. I don't know. It looks about the same. Every anime character with a pompadour looks exactly the same to me.
Everybody with a pompadour looks the same. It's a
No,
very
there was a
one-note
movie.
haircut.
There was a movie that they just made, and like
With an
They're running
anime
through-
pompadour.
yeah, and there's like a tunnel that the guys are running through, and it looks heisty.
Dude,
It's a heist anime.
what is this? I just typed in anime pompadour, and I found a dude with a pompadour. It's like 18 inches in front of him. Kelsey, what is this pompadour? Look at this. Look at this guy's pompadour. It looks like a Swiss cake roll.
I love his.
What is this?
I don't know. Fuck, what is the name of that movie? Shit, someone is like yelling at their phone right now.
I don't know if anime pompadour movie is enough.
It's not.
Are you talking JoJo?
I don't know.
JoJo's
like a
Bizarre
recent
Adventure
movie.
stuff? A recent anime movie?
Yeah.
Why do you know anime movies?
I feel like I saw a preview for it in a theater, and I was like, that's a pretty cool looking anime movie. And God damn it.
Anime movie recent. Definitely gonna have to cut all this out while we figure out anime movie stuff. Here's anime movies in 2021.
Maybe it was one of those things where they were like showing an old movie
Pompadours.
and they were just advertising for it.
No pompadours. No pompadours.
Let me just look up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and see if that guy is the
I doubt it's
Pompadour
Yuri
man.
on Ice, because that's an ice skating movie without a pompadour.
JoJo Bizarre Adventure Pompadour. That's not it. This guy has like the lowest hairline. Like his hairline comes down to his brow.
I can't wait for you to figure out what this was.
One
I
day.
have no idea.
Someone write in, please. Tell me what this man with the low hairline and the pompadour is.
So you said anime, okay, dude with a pompadour running out of a tunnel?
I feel like there was a tunnel. And there was like guns?
Anime running out of tunnel pompadour.
I'm going to break Google's algorithm. They're like,
If
we
that
don't know what you
fucking
want.
worked, do you know how much I would have freaked out?
Oh my god.
Nope, instead I found the 15 most impressive pompadours in anime.
Oh, that's a list worth going down.
Yeah, I'll have to post this for you guys.
God.
And look, Space Dandy. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
I also don't know.
But there is a dude from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on there.
Yeah, that's
I didn't know
Pompadour Man
pompadours
died.
were such a thing in anime, but I guess
They
they
really are.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Anyway, sorry.
so the Cowboy Bebop movie came out in 2001, and I knew what Cowboy Bebop was, so I bought it for like $7.99 in like the Best Buy bargain bin one time.
Yeah.
And I've cleaned out my movie collection once before, and I was like, I bet I got rid of that. I was like, how much does that
Probably.
cost? It's like $160 Blu-ray now.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, fuck, I can't believe I got rid of that. And I was like, let me go look, though. I still have it.
Oh, good.
So
Wow,
I have
you
the
have
movie one day.
Damn.
So I'm going to finish this. I'm going to watch that movie. Hopefully I love it.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to close all these anime tabs. Bad Google search results. Okay. All right. I have a question for you.
Okay.
How much do you know about Homestuck?
Nothing.
Okay. Same.
Except that Desi read it all the time.
Okay. I thought we had some friends who were like into Homestuck, but I wasn't 100% sure. I feel like this is one of those fandoms that just missed me like a speeding bullet. Do you ever feel that? Just like
mean,
the breath of
kind
a
of?
fandom like on your neck as it runs past.
Like, that's how I felt with Supernatural, because I never watched that, but I just know that
Yeah.
everybody else in the world did. You know?
So Homestuck is like over 1 million words. It's that long. It's a webcomic, and
I think
it's
it's the
also-
longest running webcomic ever.
probably. I mean, well, I don't know because it's over and it lasted, I think, 8 years. But
Okay.
like, they updated quite frequently, and it was more than just a webcomic because there were like parts of it that you played through like a video game, but they were kind of railroady, so it just kind of took you
Yeah.
on where you're supposed to go, I guess. But
Oh,
and then
the
there's
lo-
like animatics that they also included in there, and
Oh.
music.
This makes a lot of sense. The oldest webcomic around is a furry webcomic, by the way.
Oh man, what's it called?
It's called Kevin and Kel.
All right.
It began September 3rd, 1995.
Holy shit.
And I think it's still going.
What?
So, yeah, there you go.
Jesus. Yeah, I've just been like, I got a video in my recommendations. So I follow this YouTuber whose name's Sarah Zed. Have you heard of her before?
No.
It's just Sarah and then the letter Z, but she's Canadian, so it's Sarah Zed because they say
Okay.
Z in place of Z. But she basically takes a fandom and then like deconstructs it or takes a controversy around a fandom. Like she has a whole episode on like the finale of Supernatural and what it meant to the fandom, and she's got an episode where she talks about that fanfic that somebody wrote about Harry Potter that was like Ebony Dark
I think I
Dementia
remember
Raven Way
that.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad. But she has this the video that was recommended to me was that she was explaining Homestuck and like the fandom around it and kind of the controversies and what went wrong in the Homestuck fandom, because boy howdy, that thing is deep. There's just like it's a deep well, just a vat of there's so much, and I just want to recommend this video to anybody who doesn't know what Homestuck is or has always been curious, because I've always wanted to know what Homestuck was, and I tried to get into it when I was younger, like tried to read the webcomic, and it just never grabbed me. But it's one of those things of media where I don't have the time to read a million words.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna let somebody explain it to me over the course of 4 hours on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. It's a whole rabbit hole that you could go down.
It is the whole thing.
Yeah, I recommend it to anybody who's ever been curious about what a Homestuck is.
I may check it out just to be like, all right, I know now.
Yeah, I'll link it for you.
Okay.
Sarah Zed's fascinating. I love her stuff. I've been playing a game recently.
Okay.
So it is the latest and greatest from the Ace Attorney series.
Oh, that one came out.
It came out yesterday in real time.
Okay.
So we downloaded it and have played most of the first case. It's actually like really long as far as first cases go, because usually with the first case in any of these games, they just kind of like dunk your toes in the water and be like, this is the characters that you're going to be working with. This is kind of the court proceedings in case you're not familiar.
Yeah, hey, pick this item. Like, that's the one you want to pick.
Yeah, like how
Really
did the
kinda walk you
victim
through it.
die?
Yeah.
Find the court record. So it's very cool. It's the translation. Like, these games have been in existence for some time now. It's 2 games in one package, and they've been out in Japan forever, but this is their American release. So it's really exciting for me.
Okay.
Because I've been waiting on these things. But they have a cool mechanic in this one where you talk to more than one witness on the stand at a time. So, like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you'll have like several witnesses up on the stand, and one of them is testifying, but like you can see out of the corner of your eye, another one of the witnesses is reacting to their testimony.
Okay.
So they kind of like cringe when they lie or when they say something strange, and you have to be like, oh, what do you think about that? And you go interrogate them in the middle of this testimony. So it's something that's entirely new to the Ace Attorney games, and it's really exciting and fun. And I'm only like 3/4 of the way through the first case, so I can't give a full review yet, but I'm looking forward to the rest of the games and expect a full breakdown whenever I get through. And
one day I will play the original trilogy.
You've gotta.
I know. What you know about He-Man?
I know that I cry sometimes when I'm lying.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah.
I said, hey,
what's going on? Okay, I did never watch that show. That was in the 80s. That was too pre-me. That was like my brother's stuff, right?
Right.
I don't know shit about it. Well, Kevin Smith is not redoing it. He's making a sequel show, so a legacy sequel.
Okay.
To the show, and it's going to be on Netflix, right?
Boy.
I don't know what made me... Oh, because Kevin Smith is in the news right now.
Yes.
Because he's in big trouble. Do you know why he's in trouble?
So I saw that people were talking about Kevin Smith, and they were angry at him, and I was like, I am not invested enough in Kevin Smith to understand why other people are mad at him. I'll just maintain that I don't like him still.
Okay. You really need to change that.
Okay.
Do you know why he's in trouble?
No.
He gave a female character a bigger lead role in He-Man, and everyone's shitting on him because it's He-Man, not He-Lady, and that's a scientific fact.
What the fuck?
So, hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of the pre-ramble there. If you do like that, you can get the full bonus episode by going over to patreon.com/YMBToAP, YMBToAP, and signing up to be a patron. You will get access to all the weekly mini episodes. You can do that by signing up to any tier, but you can do that for as low as the $2 a month tier. That gets you into the Discord community as well. We have a thriving Discord community. We have friends, fans. We talk all the time about the YMBToAP episodes. We share memes with each other. Just talk about what's going on in life. There's so much just going on in there. I would love to see you guys in there too.
Yes. And if you love the extra episodes in the Discord community, but you wish you had even more YMToAP, you can always sign up to our exclusive Zeitgeist tier. $5 a month will get you access to our secret YouTube, where we publish a new review each and every month. We do deep dives on movies, video games, TV shows. Last month, we did a deep dive on our co-host, Robert. If you want to be the ultimate supporter, go beyond even the Patreon. You can get yourself some YMToAP gear over at the YMToAP Apparel store. We've got shirts, we've got hoodies, we've got tote bags, mugs, masks. Get your face masks because we're needing them again. The link to our shop is available in the show notes. And we want to say thank you so much to all of our supporters. Now get back to your regularly scheduled YMToAP content.
Kelsey.
Robert.
While I was trying to find stuff to watch, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a mess I had, right?
Okay, you got a mess?
You know that I like the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I love the Olympics.
Yeah.
I've been asked so many times lately, why do I love it so much, right?
Yeah.
It's because the people that go and compete there, the events that they partake in, it is like their whole life.
Yeah.
Like the people that do table tennis, they do it like every day.
They're fucking serious about it.
It is like a thing, right? Like
it's a way of life.
Yeah, like it's such an integral part of their existence, and you get to see the fruits of all that labor, you know?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, table tennis, watching it is weird.
Why?
When they go to serve it, they stare at that ping pong ball like they've never seen one in their life. And then they just so daintily dunk, hit it. It's all so right. Weird. It's so bizarre because it's such this intense buildup and then just the tiniest bink. But so anyway, I want to watch the Olympics. You know how fucking hard it is to watch the Olympics?
I don't because I haven't tried.
It's so fucking hard unless you
just not
have cable.
Oh yeah, okay.
There's no other way to watch it.
Are they not streaming it anywhere?
Unless you pay for it.
Oh, boo.
Basically, you got to pay to watch it now, because I remember watching it on, NBC.com.
Yeah.
And so I tried that, and they give you a 30-minute trial and then say, pay us.
Fucking stupid.
So I watched 30 minutes of it, got shut down. They have their Peacock app, right?
Yeah.
And it says, see clips and stuff from here. And I was like, yes, Olympics. So I go out there. You got to pay to watch the full replays of the events. I don't want to watch, a highlight of, here's 2 serves during this one table tennis match, right?
Yeah.
I want to see the whole fucking match. So, basically, that's a bust. There's nowhere to watch it unless you pay for it.
That's kind of some bullshit.
Well, then I found out YouTube TV does a 2-week trial.
Oh.
And you can watch all of it there.
Well, that's perfect. The Olympics are,
beautiful.
Almost over, so...
So I go in there. It's a 5-day trial, I guess, because people are signing up like crazy to watch the Olympics.
Why would they limit the amount of free trial?
Fucking no.
It's just, that's frustrating.
I went out to a whole bunch of places trying to get, promo codes, you know?
Yeah.
None of them worked. I tried, 50.
Man.
And so basically, I got 5 days. So I watched it for 5 days.
Okay. You need to find you some Bootleg Olympics.
It was amazing. I loved it. My favorite so far has been archery.
Oh, archery.
Archery's pretty legit, man. The way they do that, it's very, very cool. But the table tennis was a ride. Weren't you excited about skateboarding being in the Olympics?
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing that we talked about?
That is a thing that we talked about. And they have, children competing, right?
Yeah, there's an 18-year-old kid or something.
But even younger, I thought. Olympic skateboarding. Let's see.
Well, I watched some of the events for skateboarding.
Yeah.
They fell, every trick, and I was like, this sucks, so I stopped watching it.
Okay, so a 13-year-old skateboarder, her name is Momiji Nishia, one of the youngest gold medalist winners ever. Fucking
That's awesome.
Cool as hell.
Well, I wish I could have seen her, because all the guys that I watched barely landed tricks.
All right, that
And
sucks.
I was like, what's the point of this? So I didn't care. So I went to real sport, like ping pong. You know?
Okay.
But so anyway, I have been watching the Olympics lately, and my 5-day trial was coming up, and I was going to let YouTube hit me for a month of it so I could finish it out.
Yeah.
I canceled it.
Okay.
I'm not watching the rest of it.
Why?
There's just a lot of shit going on.
There sure is.
I think this is maybe the most troublesome Olympics I've ever seen.
Truly. So I, on a whim, decided to Google, like, Olympic controversies, and there's apparently, like, a Wikipedia article about a list of Olympic Games scandals and controversies, like, from the beginning of the Olympics, like, from 1908 up to now.
Yeah.
And I click on the section to go to the 2020 Olympics, and it's like, oh, do you want the main article? There's an entire separate Wikipedia article for concerns and controversies of the 2020 Summer Olympics. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
The more I learn about the Olympics, the less I like it. Like, I do not like the Olympics. I like the Olympians. I think the people that do this shit are cool as hell. They're fucking amazing. They dedicate their lives, like you said, to these amazing feats that their bodies can do. They're pushing themselves beyond what we thought capable, like Simone Biles.
That's what I like, is seeing these people do. Basically, they have decided, I'm going to be this hardcore, and they do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what's cool to me.
I really love these athletes, and I wish that...
And it's kind of boring this year.
Is it?
Well, there's nobody out in the stands because of COVID.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, like, I was watching women's volleyball, and, like, they get a score, and nothing happens.
Aw.
Like, it shows the, like, state, you know, like, the stadium, and there's nobody there. And it's like, it's just 4 girls playing volleyball out in the middle now.
Yeah.
You know? I was like, it wasn't as exciting when, like, this team would score, so, like, that half of the crowd's like, oh, my people, you know?
Right. Nobody's waving their country flags or painting their faces.
There's no energy in the Olympics this year.
Yeah.
Which kind of turned me off. On top of, you know, everything else that's turning me off about it.
Right. There's just, like, a whole bunch of shit this year. So I've never really paid...
Give me a couple.
Yeah, I've never really paid, like, as much attention, I guess, as I should have to the Olympics, because there's all sorts of things about how the Olympics are just kind of not treated well and not provided what they're needed. Like, I thought it was more commonly known, but I guess it's one of those things that not everybody is aware of, that Olympic athletes are not paid by the Olympics. Yeah. Like, you're not guaranteed a salary for competing, and you're not even guaranteed prize money for the medal. Like, countries can choose to pay you, or they can choose not to. Like, if you took a knee for the national anthem because you're taking a stand against the fucking police brutality and other shit that we have going on here in America, you can just not get paid sometimes.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening about uniforms. So
yeah,
I guess it makes sense that you need to have, like, a uniform for your Olympic team, but I didn't know that they didn't get to choose them. So the Norwegian athletes, they took a stand this year, and they were like, we're going to wear, like, shorts bottoms. We don't want to wear the bikini bottoms anymore.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they're not even, like... this doesn't make it better or anything, but, like, they're not even baggy shorts. You know, they're still tight. So if the thing is, like, we still want to see them butts, ladies, then you're still getting an eye full of booty anyway, because they're, like, tight
they're just,
beach
like,
shorts.
Gym shorts.
Yeah, like, they're tight gym shorts, like little like biking shorts. So, I mean, they're getting fined for saying, like, we don't want to wear these uncomfortable tiny bikinis anymore. We want to actually wear shorts and, like, be able to move in ways that make sense. Because imagine just getting sand up in your fucking vagina all the time as you're going around trying to beat this volleyball down and get the gold. So they were like, they took a stand against that, and then Pink, the pop star, decided that she, like, so the athletes were going to get fined for choosing to wear something outside of the regulation uniforms, and Pink was like, I will pay those fines. Keep up your shit. You're doing great.
I know.
So
that's amazing. I love that.
It is amazing. Good on Pink, and good on the athletes for taking a stand and, you know, taking control of their bodies. There's just like such a sexualization of women in sports. It's disgusting. And also, so in Germany, their gymnastics team wore like full body leotards instead of the normal, like small bathing suit style unitards.
Yeah.
This is like a full, like floor to ceiling. We are covering the body. We have everything covered and comfortable.
Like a one-piece bikini versus a two-piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like also it covers your toes and everything.
Well, yeah, but just like instead of saying, well, it's still a bikini, but there's one that covers more than another.
Yeah.
And so they're just wearing an outfit that covers more than what they would normally wear.
They just want to make sure everybody feels comfortable, and I like that. I think that Olympians should be comfortable.
I would think so too, because we need them to be able to perform their craft well,
I know. Like, what if they made the people who played ping pong, what if they made those men wear, like, little banana hammocks? What do we think about that, huh, Olympics? Like, do we need to see the balls as well as the balls?
I mean, probably.
Just make sure you're not, like, hiding any extra ping pong balls up there for cheating purposes or whatever. There's just so much happening at the Olympics, and it's upsetting. And poor Simone Biles had to withdraw due to mental health concerns. She was just like, I'm not in it this year.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad for her,
Which killed me because I watched an interview with her coming into the Olympics. So this was before the games started.
Yeah.
At the last Olympics, so the Rio ones, right?
Yeah.
Her and her team, I guess, were sexually assaulted by one of the members of the team.
Yeah.
Like the medical...
The trainer or something.
Trainer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the guy who would, like, do the ice baths for your legs and all that kind of stuff.
Right. The person you're supposed to trust with your health.
Yeah, like, hey, my ankle hurts, I need you to wrap it, that kind of stuff. And then he would, make it...
Touch them inappropriately.
Yeah, he would do bad. He's in jail now, by the way.
Good, where he fucking belongs.
So, from what I gathered, she's like the only person from that team that's still gymnasizing. I guess that's the word I'll go with. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like the only one that still competes, and she wasn't going to go into the Olympics this year.
Man.
But she said, you know what? I mean, she wasn't tooting her own horn, but she's tooting her horn because she can.
Yeah.
She was like, I have a social media presence. Like, it's a big one.
She's Simone fucking Biles.
I have a platform. And she goes, so really, if I didn't compete, I felt like that incident and that type of scenario would just get thrown under the rug.
Yeah,
but by me coming into the games, they have to acknowledge me and my past and look for other people that's going to happen to.
Yeah, if she were to quit, it gives power to the people that would put her down.
Yeah. So she came in with that as being almost the driving force for why she's here. To help be that face of moving past the trauma and that shouldn't define you or put you out. And now she's leaving the games and people are still mad at her.
I know. It's like the albatross around her neck, It's just like she can't get away from any public scrutiny. It just...
Yeah.
People feel the need to look at her and all of her amazingness, the 4 tricks that she has named after her because they were coined by her because she's so amazing. It drives me nuts that people look at her and want to tear her down. Like, what don't you like about Simone Biles? This wholesome woman who just wants to jump in the air and turn around a whole bunch of different times in a bunch of different directions.
Then I heard that because she's so good, they stripped her of some points because nobody else can compete.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you can't do that trick. It's illegal because nobody else can do it. That's not
their problem.
Simone Biles' problem.
Yeah, that's their problem.
Yeah.
That means I'm better.
Yeah.
So I win. And the fact that you're going to, like, handicap her for that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's like saying, hey, you know what? Can't play ping pong with the normal ball because it's, you're really good at hitting it, but some people aren't, so we need to use a bigger one.
Yeah.
So that it's easier for everybody else. You would never do that.
Right.
You don't handicap the whole point is these people practice at that game, at that skill. And if you can't cut it, then why are you doing that skill on this level?
Yeah.
She's more skillful then. So she wins.
People just don't want to see black women succeed. That's what it boils down to, honestly.
Which is what I was thinking about because, there's the whole Shikari thing.
Yes, and
where she smoked the weed, and now there's like a whole CBD weed at the Olympics campaign with white women.
Yes, I know. Okay, so this made me mad too. So at the center of this controversy is Megan Rapinoe, and I want to say that I do like Megan Rapinoe because she's a good person in general. Man, I hope I'm not missing some big controversy, but like from what I know of her and her career, she's a good soccer player and just generally a nice human being. And she was promoting CBD use at the Olympics. And well, I can recognize that CBD is different from THC. They're two like different chemicals. They're both present in marijuana. And that's what people associate CBD with. They're like, oh, that's the weed chemical that makes you feel good. And how are you going to let white women go to the Olympics and be like, oh, it's CBD, it's wonderful, it's organic, it's fun. And then it's such a double standard and it's so sinister and shitty.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, it's just interesting that the people who are catching the flack do both happen to be black women.
Yeah, exactly. And it just fucking sucks.
Yeah. So I was like, I could pay to watch it, but I was like, you know what? The fun's kind of gone.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really getting to enjoy the sport.
Right.
I'm not getting to enjoy the spectacle because most people that I would want to talk to about it, they're seeing the negative stuff and so they're not enjoying it. So it's like I can't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
The whole point is being able to sit there and go, like, can you believe that they could do... Like, oh, my God. This dude swims like a rocket. This dude broke his arrow, like, 15 times in a row. How cool is that? He split it so many times.
Ugh.
Or fucking... I don't know. She did 1,000 twists in the air. Like, it's just neat.
Yeah, it's just neat.
But because of all the shit, it's... You can't even enjoy the feats that are happening right now.
Yeah, I agree, and it sucks.
Yeah, I gave up on it.
Good old Olympics. You want to hear about some more controversies?
Sure.
This is not Olympic related, but it is Summer Games related in a tangential way. Have you heard about what's going on with Overwatch?
Not really.
Well, it's not Overwatch. It's Blizzard, Activision Blizzard as a company, as a whole.
Okay.
There has been, like, enormous allegations, like a whole lawsuit being filed against the company in California because of a frat boy culture that has been cultivated inside, like, the office. There's been just, like, so much sexual harassment and generally troubling behavior from a bunch of people within the corporation, and it's unclear at this point, like, which game studios specifically are affected because they're divided up inside. They have like the WoW division, they have the Overwatch division and all that. I just haven't been able to like have the stomach to play any Overwatch because of this. Like I feel, even though I'm not giving any money to them, I'm still giving attention to their platform, and it's hard to see a company like do shit like that and then still support them. Like, I really love Overwatch a lot, and it's been the game that I have played the most maybe ever in my lifetime. Yeah. But, like, this fucking sucks, and I can't bring myself to support a company while they're doing this bullshit. So,
yeah, I found it really interesting that, the company that pushed through the Good Samaritan, like, report the people, get endorsements for being good and stuff, is doing the opposite at home.
Right. That's exactly it. And I follow one of the personalities from Blizzard on Instagram. I've talked to you about her before many a time. She's one of the Overwatch esports people.
Zoe.
Yes, Zoe. She's my favorite. I love her so much. Yes. She's wonderful inside and out, and she's just like a good human being. And she's been posting... She's been kind of silent on the whole thing, and then today posted a thing like, I can't talk about it because I'm still employed at Blizzard and I don't want to lose my job, but I want everybody to know that I'm standing with the people that I need to stand with on this. And I really feel bad for the victims and wish that I could say more, but legally I'm not allowed to because I still work here and I have a contract.
Yeah.
It's just rough to watch.
Is it all because Papa David left?
I don't know. Or Papa Jeff, you mean?
Oh, yeah. Papa Jeff. I wonder if that's why he left, because I've always wondered why he's gone.
Same. There's been so much speculation about it, and now to see this come out, I'm like, wow, I wonder if, like, that had anything to do with it at all. But, like, man, yeah, it just really sucks, because I like the whole Overwatch team. I think that they're all cool, and to see shit like this crumbling from the inside, I'm like, oh, boy, what don't I know? Yeah. So, currently boycotting Blizzard products. Sad times. I really hope that nobody on the Overwatch team was involved and I can guiltlessly go back to playing Overwatch at some point. Yeah. But who knows? I mean, they were shitty about Hong Kong too, so it's not like they've never been at fault for anything ever.
That's true.
I hate that everything is so problematic all the time. I just want to enjoy my game.
I know. I just want to enjoy the games. The Olympic Games, but
it's important to have a critical eye. Yeah, it's important to have a critical eye when you're consuming media and just make sure that, you know, things stand with your values.
Yeah.
Also related to Overwatch, so you know my squad that I play with?
Yeah.
That I've talked about several times. So many of them are, like, moving right now. It's wild. Like, one of them lived in Texas. He has moved up to Washington. One of them lived in Colorado, who's moving back to Texas. Mm-hmm. And one of them is moving to Ohio and happens to be passing through Texas. Okay. And they're all going to be in Texas on the same day by the fate of the gods. Like, the stars have aligned. And I'm like, everyone needs to come to my house. And I want to meet you guys in person for the first time ever.
Yeah.
So that's happening tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
I know. I'm so excited about it.
I really thought you were going to be like, and it's while we're not going to be here.
No. God, no. Because we're leaving very, very soon. But yeah, so we are meeting up tomorrow for the first time ever, and I don't know how it's going to go. It's
very cool. Don't try to hug anybody. You might stab them.
Oh, I'm going to hug them. I'm going to hug them real good. I think this is the first time ever that I'm meeting a friend that I strictly know only from the internet. Yeah. Which is very fun. And I'm
very cool.
Looking forward to it.
Well, I look forward to how many tears are shed.
Yeah, I hope I don't cry. I'm going to make it awkward. I'm going to cry.
You're totally going to cry.
Next week, we will be in Nashville for Podcast Movement 2021, which is a convention that we were planning on going to in early 2020.
Well,
but
actually, this week. Because... Yes. Yeah, this is coming out on the 2nd, so...
Right, so as you're hearing this, likely we are in Nashville, but for the next produced episode, it's going to be a little bit different. We don't know yet what it's going to look like, but we promise we're going to get you guys an episode. It's probably going to involve road tripping and hotel rooms and just not being at our homes. Yeah. But have faith in us that we will get it done, and we will get it done for you.
I'm excited for that one.
I'm so pumped, actually. I'm
ready.
It's
going to have some cool stuff in there.
I hope so. So, let's go to the old beach. You ready to go to the old beach?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the show, and we'll reward you by asking you to tell your friends about us like we always do. Don't forget to subscribe to us on your most favorite platform so you never ever miss an episode, because we release weekly every single Monday, each and every one. If you got a second to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, that would help us out so much.
And don't forget, you can find us on all them social medias. You know them. The Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We just streamed Virginia last week. Very cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. We always love to chit-chat with you guys while we do that. And again, we can never thank our patrons enough. We love you guys. The support you give us pushes us forward to do everything that we do. We really couldn't... I mean, we could do it without you, but we don't want to do it without you. And I feel like the Gmail's dead, man.
It's dead. It's this is time that we bury it. Y'all don't fucking like it anymore.
the patrons have decreed we would rather just talk to you in the Discord.
Yeah, which is fine.
I feel like that's kind of the way. I get it. Email's old school. So you know what? Maybe I won't bug you about it anymore. Maybe I'll leave it alone. So you know what? Shoot us a Discord thing. Shoot us something that you want us to know in the Discord. And if you're not in it, don't forget about that Patreon tier and get in that Discord.
Yeah. Our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. Please check him out on YouTube. And as always, thank you so much for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. Why didn't we like the coral at the old beach?
But we had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
Post-show kitty update. I'm just going to tell you that I believe that we have had our first, real deal kitty poop.
Okay.
So, every time they've pooped, it's been just, a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But, Spicy Girl today.
Of course. It's always
Old
spicy.
Spicy. She laid some full-blown poops today.
Okay.
I think we have upgraded to growing kitty status.
Oh, wow.
I just sent you some pictures.
That's a turd.
When these got produced, my eyes nearly bugged out of my head.
Damn.
Because I'm used to what comes out of them. This is 5 times as big as anything has come out. And she did 2 of them.
She must have been full of shit, up to her neck.
Yeah, dude. I was like, okay, I think we are past kitten stage. I think we are in, teenage cat stage. Here we go. They are growing now, you know?
Okay, yeah.
No more tiny poops, only big poops.
Only big poops.